My name is Frank Grieman. The Carquinez Model Railroad Society would like to invite you to take a short tour of our layout. The club used to be the old Vallejo Model Railroad Club in Vallejo at the fairgrounds. When they remodeled the fairgrounds, they did not provide room for the club layout. So in early 2000, they started searching for a new home. They moved into this building in 2005. And in 2010, we were fortunate to purchase the building from the International Order of Oddfellows. And so now we are the proud owner of it. We have 32.1 scale miles of mainline track, which equates to approximately 1,944 feet of track. The layout is built on 3 levels. We mainly use the second level and the third level for operations, which we conduct on the third Saturday of every month, and visitors are more than welcome to come and enjoy our operations. There are 38 industries on the layout, 6 of them being major industries, which generate approximately 20 to 40 cars during every operating session. The club has on the layout approximately 600 model railroad cars, and approximately half of those are owned by the club. The club currently owns 6 locomotives. All the other locomotives on the layout are owned by members. The DCC system we are using is the North Coast Engineering, commonly referred to as NCE. It was chosen because of the ease of operation, but we have a very good engineering crew and electrical crew that have made it work very well for us. We have a command station and we have 26 boosters scattered around the layout. There are no more than 75 feet of track controlled by each booster. Each of our booster stations has a power supply, a booster, 3 circuit breakers, and 3 circuit breaker indicators. So you can tell at a quick glance if you have a short or not. But by doing it this way, we take out no more than approximately 25 feet of track at any given time if there's a problem on the layout. We'll start our layout tour now. We're entering West Oakland. Off to your left-hand side is the Oakland engine facility, diesel facility. Off to your right-hand side is the West End stub yard, where we stage cabooses and freds for use on the layout. As the train keeps heading in the easterly direction, we're going to pass the main yard and we will pass the Oakland passenger station. Where this train entered the layout from was in our south helix room, where trains can go from the first level to the second level, or from the first level to the third level. And there is approximately 160 feet of mainline track in the south helix. As we progress around the layout, we will reach a north helix, which takes you from the first level to the second level, or from the second level to the third level. And that helix has approximately 244 feet of mainline track in it. As the train continues in its easterly direction, we pass the main part of the Oakland yard on your right, and on the left-hand side is the Oakland passenger station. Several people have put time in modeling it and stuff, and the latest addition was the platform with the LED lighting, and it blends in perfectly and makes it a complete scene. As the train continues on in its easterly direction, it will pass the first of 6 main industries on our layout. It's called the Albers Brothers Milling Company, and during operating sessions, anywhere from 20 to 40 cars will be passed through this industry. The layout was designed with operations in mind, so all switching of major industries and the yards are done off the main line, so we do not have to tie the main lines up. One addition on this layout, on the prototype railroad, it is a single track main. In a lot of areas, the layout is a double track main over its entire distance. Strategically scattered around the layout are mileposts with the name of the station or the track section on the real railroad, and these are accurate, taken directly out of the UP handbook for employees. This industry you're looking at now is the Nabisco plant. It's actually in downtown Oakland. There were photographs taken and the members scratch built or kit bashed the buildings to fit so they match the prototype building in downtown Oakland. This is the second of our major industries on the layout. It's C&H Sugar. The fact is, it's directly across the street to the north of us from our building. The structures on this particular industry were scratch built to fit. There are some kit bash structures, but most of them were scratch built. This is the third major industry on the layout. It is the Shell Oil Refinery. It starts about midway down the aisle and actually goes around the corner and is covering the largest amount of real estate on our layout. We're now looking at the MARTINEZ station. It is the one that existed back when the SP owned it. If you go to the Amtrak station in Martinez, and as you face the station and look to the east, you will see this building that now houses shops and is no longer used as a passenger station. This is the Benicia Bridge. It was scratch built by one of the members in one entire piece. It was brought through the north window to fit it into the layout room. The Budweiser Brewery, which is located in Fairfield, is our fourth largest industry on the layout, and it also generates between 20 and 40 cars during an operating session. After the train passes the Budweiser plant, it starts up the North Helix It takes the trains from the second level to the third level, and as it exits in the third level, you'll come into the town of Davis. You're currently looking at the city of Davis. You're looking down at the Amtrak station as it exists today. That structure was scratch built to fit this location, and most of the structures were built by one individual for the entire city of Davis. So it's the most complete city on the layout. Currently now you are looking at downtown Sacramento. There's a lot of animation put into this scene. For example, the street lights turn green, yellow, and reds. And the walk, don't walk signs do the flashing don't walk. Then they'll go to solid don't walk. When the light turns green, the pedestrian crossing signs turn to walk. There is a bus that has the flashing lights, where it's letting students off the bus. There's also many industries or businesses that are actually in existence today in downtown Sacramento. Okay, you're now looking at the Sacramento yard. It's our second yard on the layout. This will be the end point for the train we've been following in the early parts of this video. It will terminate here because the cars it has go to the sixth largest industry, which is the CMRS plant on the layout. Okay, this is the end point of the freight train we've been following. We will now pick up the daylight and we'll continue following it on the rest of the layout. Okay, this is the sixth of our largest industries on the layout. It's a CMRS cement plant, and it generates between 20 and roughly 40 cars during an operating session. All of the structures were either kit bashed or were scratch built by a member of the club. The train will now be entering the town of COLFAX. It sits at the base of the Sierras. Once we leave COLFAX, we will start to climb up to Sparks, which is the end point on our layout. We're now entering the Sierras. All of the bridges that are on the Sierra Mountains were scratch built to fit the particular location where they're at. Joel Bragdon has been instrumental in working with our members of our club in developing and finishing our mountains. I think if the club had been doing it on our own, we'd still be looking at one little mountain at the far end, where now we're about 3/4 done with the scenery, and it's progressing at a very good pace. As the daylight now enters the last leg of the layout before it goes into sparks, it'll go down with a slight helix and will eventually end up in sparks, which is the end point of this trip. You're now looking at sparks. The end point of the trip around the layout is the largest yard on our layout, consists of 11 tracks. And as the trains leave this yard, we have the option of reversing and coming back around and going down the layout. Or we can take the helix, which we talked about in the very beginning of the video, that will take us all the way down to the first level. You are now looking at the branch line. It has about 150 feet of track with standard gauge, and then eventually it'll be portions of it will be narrow gauge, which will be a 3-foot narrow gauge. It's still all under construction, as you can see in different parts of the video, and you'll even see that some of the track is being relayed. All of the track is hand laid. The turnouts are all commercial. Walters or Shinohara, who makes them for Walters. It's one of the key portions of our layout too. The Carquinez Model Railroad Society would like to thank you for joining us on our video tour of our layout. If you want further information, our website is CMRStrainclub.org, and we do have 6 open houses every year where the public is free to come in, and we run trains on Saturday and Sunday. The exact dates can be found on our website. And anytime you're in the vicinity and want to visit the club, there's a bell outside our main door. If you press it and anybody's here, they will be more than happy to let you come in and visit our layout at any time. Thank you again.